We actually have a little surprise for you.
Oh my gosh.
So, Tamari, this is Candace Parker, former Lady Vol, one of the most decorated college basketball players of all time, 10-year WNBA vet and sports broadcaster. So, we were working on bringing this together. And Candace, Tamari, I'll let you two take it away.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What you been up to since everything? I saw you guys' video that you guys did for the Lady Vol Instagram. Seems like you're using your time a little bit.
Yeah, we've been trying to work out. Tyler's been sending us a few workout plans for us to do at home, and then me and my friends here have been trying to stay in shape and do a little bit of conditioning, and then been spending time with my family for the most part, though.
So what were the biggest challenges? I know this was your freshman year and, adjusting to being in college and that lifestyle of balancing not just basketball, but school. Like, how was that for you this year? What would you take into next year and that you want to do better, as a learning experience for this year?
Right. I think this year the most challenging thing for me, like with SEC play, was physicality. The speed, like coming in, everything was a lot faster. I think those were my biggest two challenges. And then social-wise, I don't think there was any problems with that. Me and my teammates, we hang out a lot, and I just hang out with a lot of other athletes. And our coaches are good with helping us with our school assignments and stuff like that. So we get a lot of tutoring hours in during the week, and everything stays pretty balanced.
So Tennessee, the reason why I attended Tennessee was because it was just a college town. Everybody's about basketball. Everybody's about football. You meet fans from all over. I know I've traveled as far as Russia, as far as China, and there's always somebody that's wearing orange. What can you take away from playing, at Tennessee and being able to represent such a storied university?
The fans are diehard fans. I think that's the most exciting part about
the gift and a curse.
For sure. They're so supportive, and it's really fun to play for them. And even before I got there, they were DMing me and all on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, trying to show their support. So I think that is the most exciting part about it. And I do like that it's a college town too.
Being a part of a storied program like we talked about, with women's basketball, I played under Coach Summit. You're playing for a coach that played under Coach Summit. What can you say about what you knew? I mean, you were a baby when she was coaching, which is really sad because I'm getting old, but it's okay. You were a baby when she was coaching, but I know just from being, under her and seeing the way she operates that Kelly Jolly has to bring some of her teachings into how she coaches you all.
Yeah, for sure. She's always talking about Pat Summitt and the things that she's taught her. And, she's taught her things outside of basketball. And I think that's really important. It's just to be a good young woman and teach us about life things as well as basketball.
And in going on with that, women's sports, I think we're actually coming up on the 50 in 2 years, 50-year anniversary of Title IX, and how women's athletics is continuing to evolve. And now we have professional leagues to aspire to play in. I don't know if you felt it, but can you see the difference of even when you, in the last 4 or 5 years of, being able to aspire to play in a professional league? Our new CBA this year was huge for, girls coming up and young women that want to play professionally. What can you say that you would like to add to women's sports? What would you say that you've learned from it? How are sports within your family? Just share with us that.
I think it has evolved completely. I think social media has had a big role in that too, and just women's basketball getting the coverage that it deserves. And so I think everything is moving in the right direction when it comes to that. And then my family, sports-wise, my mom played basketball, volleyball, and softball all throughout high school. She went to play collegiate volleyball at Coastal Carolina, and my dad played football at Coastal Carolina as well. So everybody's athletes, and, they've been through this, and that's really helpful for me too. So, when I start to struggle or start to get down on myself a little, my mom and my dad are there to help me, give me some advice about stuff.
So was it always basketball, or did you play? Did you do other things, or was it like your parents were like, no, listen, because my parents were like, listen, you're gonna be over 6'4", so the soccer thing's probably not gonna work out, because that was my heart. But so has it always been basketball, or were there other sports too?
I started out with soccer. Was not a big fan. I remember I got kicked in the face in one of my games. My mom told me I just ran off the field and just was like, no more. And I played volleyball in middle school. That was a lot of fun, but I feel like basketball just was where my heart was at. So,
man. So also off the court, you're into fashion. And so, like, I mean, obviously at this day and age now, I think the media pays more attention to what people are wearing to the games. I mean, we make fun of Russell Westbrook and James Harden and their unique, eclectic outfits that they wear to games. Yeah. But now it's kind of trickled down, and everybody is starting to show their personality coming into games. So what got you into fashion? Are you going to continue it? Is that something that you want to major in or do after basketball?
I like to shop. I've always been a shopper, but ever since, I don't know, as long as I can remember, I'm a bad online shopper. And so I've just loved clothes and shoes a lot. And, you know, I think it's cool that fashion is being like a part of basketball and like coming and leaving games. I think that's a cool way to show and express your personality and who you truly are off the court.
So have you been dressing up during this quarantine? Because for me, it's been straight T-shirts. If I do have to wear a dress up top for work, I usually have like the business mullet where it's like, you know, basketball shorts on the bottom. You only see from the waist up. So are you dressing up during this quarantine? Like, how's that?
No, not really, honestly. I've been buying a lot of comfy clothes, just basketball shorts and T-shirts and sweatpants for the most part. But I put on a couple fits just to, like, take pictures outside. But
lots of orange in your closet, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
For sure.
You guys, I just want to hop in here. We're starting to run out of time, but before we go, I wanted to know, Candace, if you had any advice for Tamari as she just wrapped up her freshman year. And then, Tamari, if you have any questions for Candace as well.
You know, we've talked. I've been around a little bit of time, and, you know, I'm going to emphasize the same thing. I think the best advice that I got was from Coach Summit in college, as in transitioning into being a professional, being whatever you choose to be, if it's basketball, if it's not, but chasing passion in people. And we always talk about that. I know your coach, Kelly Jolly, always emphasizes that if you chase those two things, positive people and your passion, you'll never fail. And that goes along with having self-discipline, getting up and doing the things you don't want to do, because that just trickles over into every aspect of your life. And so I would say just set goals for yourself. It's nice to have something to like aspire to, whether you reach it or not. You know, you can set the daily goals that you need to, but setting long-term goals so that you can visualize and see yourself being and doing what you want. And, you know, that'll go along with all your decisions. So I'm proud of you guys. Your first year, I know it's a tough transition, your freshman year, but it says a lot, your growth from freshman to sophomore year. Like your growth from this year to next year has to be, you have to be able to see the improvement. And that goes off the court, maturity, it goes, you know, on the court as well.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Tamari, do you have any questions at all for Candace?
Where's your favorite place to shop at?
My favorite place to shop at? Oh, that's a really good question. So I am huge on like T-shirts that have funny sayings on them. Like I'm wearing the original gangster shirt right now, and it's like a bike, because that was like, you know, you ride around on the bike or whatever. So I'd say I don't have a specific brand that I shop, but I like getting the kind of mom and pop unique, one of a kind type of shirts. So I have a shirt that's like women belong in the House and the Senate, like just like wordplay like that. So I don't know. I'm really big on designer, you know, T-shirts that have funny sayings on it, where I get stopped in the airport and they're like, yo, that's a really cool, it's a really cool T-shirt. So I think that's my thing.
Love it. You guys, thank you so very much for the time. Both of you stay safe and healthy, and thanks again.
All right. Awesome. Great to see you both.
Thanks, you too.